Chosen one, God said, "I will make you famous." Let me ask you, have you felt overlooked, hidden, or pushed into the background while others seem to be celebrated? Have you wondered why your life has been marked by struggle, silence, and seasons where no one seemed to notice you, even though you knew you were carrying something greater inside of you? If that resonates with your spirit, this word is for you. And if you are not chosen, this message will not make sense, so you might as well stop watching now, because this is a prophetic word, and it belongs only to those sealed and set apart by heaven. God is saying today, "I will make you famous." But understand, chosen one, this fame is not about vanity, popularity, or shallow recognition. This is divine fame. This is God elevating you, making your name known, and giving you influence for a reason far greater than yourself. You will not rise for applause, you will rise for purpose. You did not stumble across this message by chance. Heaven brought you here because this is your confirmation. Your hidden season is coming to an end, and God is preparing to lift you before nations, to place you in rooms where your voice will matter, and to make your name known for His glory. Before we go deeper, I want you to declare it with faith. Comment, "I am chosen. God will make me famous." Like this video, subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share it, because this message will change your life. What it means when God says fame. Chosen one, before we go deeper, you must understand what it truly means when God says, "I will make you famous." Because if you look at this through the world's lens, you will misunderstand the message. Worldly fame is shallow, temporary, and often destructive. It glorifies self, feeds ego, and fades with time. But divine fame, the fame that God bestows upon His chosen, is entirely different. It is purposeful, it is eternal, it is weighty. It is given not for self-promotion, but for kingdom impact. When God says He will make you famous, He is saying, "I will give you visibility. I will place you in positions of influence. I will cause your name to be known, not for your glory, but for mine." Divine fame is about being recognized as a vessel of heaven. It is about your light shining so brightly that others cannot ignore it, not because of you, but because of the God within you. Chosen one, look at the patterns in Scripture. Joseph was made famous in Egypt not because he sought attention, but because he carried wisdom from God that saved nations. Daniel was made famous in Babylon not because of ambition, but because he refused to compromise, and heaven backed him with miracles. Esther became famous in Persia not for vanity, but because God positioned her to save her people. David's fame rose in Israel not through self-promotion, but because the hand of God was upon him. In every case, divine fame was not about spotlight, it was about assignment. God does not elevate chosen ones to make them celebrities, He elevates them to make them ambassadors. The chosen one is not famous for being known. The chosen one is famous for carrying solutions, wisdom, healing, and truth that the world desperately needs. This is why, chosen one, your hidden season has been so long. God has been shaping your character so that when He lifts you, you will not crumble under the weight of influence. The world celebrates outward appearance, but God prepares inward strength. He is not making you famous so people can worship you. He is making you famous so people can see Him through you. Divine fame also carries authority. When God makes your name known, doors that were closed suddenly open. People you never imagined will seek you out. Your voice will carry weight in places that once ignored you. This is not by manipulation, but by divine orchestration. When heaven promotes you, no man can deny it. But you must never forget, divine fame is dangerous if mishandled. It is a gift, but also a test. The chosen one must remain humble, remembering that it is God who elevates. If pride enters, the same God who lifted can also bring down. This is why your hidden season has humbled you. This is why rejection and obscurity taught you dependence. Fame without foundation destroys, but fame with humility transforms nations. Chosen one, divine fame also means impact beyond yourself. God will use your life as a testimony, your story, your survival, your transformation. It will inspire and awaken others. People will look at you and know that it was not by your strength, but by the hand of God. That recognition is what makes the chosen famous. They become living evidence of heaven's power. Understand also, divine fame is not always comfortable. Visibility attracts both honor and criticism. Just as Joseph's rise brought favor, it also brought envy. Just as David's fame inspired songs, it also attracted Saul's jealousy. The chosen one must be prepared to carry both the blessing and the burden of being known. For the higher God lifts you, the more eyes are on you, some to admire, some to attack. But do not fear. The same God who makes you famous will also cover you. So when God says, "I will make you famous," He is not offering you the world's version of fleeting recognition. He is promising you purposeful influence, undeniable favor, and lasting impact. This is not fame for entertainment. It is fame for transformation. It is not about building your empire. It is about advancing His kingdom. Chosen one, do not run from this word. Do not say, "I do not want to be famous," because you must understand this is not about spotlight. It is about stewardship. You are being entrusted with visibility for the sake of souls. God is saying, "I will lift you up because I have planted my message inside of you, and the world must hear it." So prepare your heart. When God makes you famous, it will not look like the world's version. It will be bigger, deeper, and eternal. And when it happens, you will know beyond doubt it was not you, it was the hand of God. Hidden season before recognition. Chosen one, before God makes you famous, He will first hide you. This is the mystery that confuses many. You feel the weight of your calling, you sense the greatness in your spirit, yet your life looks small and unseen. People overlook you, doors seem closed, and your talents appear wasted. But heaven whispers, "Be still. I am preparing you in the hidden place." Hidden season is not punishment, it is preparation. It is in obscurity that God shapes the chosen one's heart, tests their faith, and builds their endurance. If He were to elevate you before you were ready, the very visibility meant to bless would break you. That is why you cannot skip the hidden season. It is the foundation upon which divine fame is built. Think of David. Before he was celebrated as king, he was tending sheep in the wilderness, alone, forgotten, ignored by his own family. Yet in the hidden fields, he learned how to fight lions and bears. He learned how to worship in solitude. And when the time came, what he mastered in obscurity carried him into destiny. Joseph also endured years of hidden preparation. Though he dreamed of greatness, he found himself in pits and prisons. But in those hidden places, God taught him administration, humility, and wisdom. When Pharaoh finally called for him, Joseph was ready not just to interpret dreams, but to rule a nation. Esther was hidden too. She spent months in preparation, unseen and unknown, before God positioned her in the palace. But she became queen not just for herself, but to rescue her people. The timing is everything. If God had exposed them too soon, their stories would have ended differently. That is the wisdom of the hidden season. It is preparation, not neglect.
Her hidden season equipped her to stand boldly for her people when the time came. Chosen one, your hidden season feels frustrating because your spirit knows you were born for more, yet your circumstances seem to contradict that truth. You feel underestimated, overlooked, even forgotten. But let me tell you, the hidden season is evidence that God has marked you. If you were ordinary, you would already be exposed. But because you are chosen, heaven is protecting you from premature exposure. Hidden seasons are also seasons of refinement. God uses isolation to cut away pride, impatience, and immaturity. He teaches you dependence on Him alone.
He strips away the need for human validation, so that when recognition finally comes, you will not be enslaved to applause. The chosen one who survives the hidden season emerges strong, humble, and unshakable. Do not despise your hidden place. While others are visible, their foundation is weak. While others chase spotlight, their purpose is shallow. But you, chosen one, are being deeply rooted. Heaven is ensuring that when you rise, you will not fall. This is why your elevation takes time. It is being built to last. The hidden season is also a place of intimacy with God. When no one else is around, when the crowds are absent, you have the space to hear His voice clearly. You learn His ways, His character, His secrets. This intimacy is what will sustain you when the world finally sees you. Public influence without private intimacy is dangerous. That is why God hides His chosen until they learn to love His presence above all. Chosen one, let me reassure you, you are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are hidden on purpose. Heaven has placed you in a cocoon, and just like a butterfly, you will emerge transformed. But until then, the cocoon is necessary. It is dark, it is lonely, but it is also where wings are formed. You may look around and see others rising faster, being recognized sooner. Do not compare. Your path is different. They may be running in the spotlight, but you are being built in secret. And when your time comes, the difference will show. Their light may fade, but yours will endure, because it was lit by heaven, not by men. Chosen one, embrace the hidden season. Worship while unseen. Pray while ignored. Develop your gifts while in silence. For in due time God will bring you out, and when He does, you will be ready. Remember this truth. The same God who hides is the same God who reveals. The season of obscurity always precedes the season of visibility. And when God says now, no man, no system, no enemy can stop your rise. So hold on, chosen one. The hidden season is not the end. It is the preparation for recognition. Your time is coming, and when it does, the world will know. God has made you famous for His reason. Why the chosen ones are elevated. Chosen one, when God says, I will make you famous, He is not speaking of shallow recognition or fleeting applause. He is speaking of elevation, lifting you up, placing you in positions where your voice, your influence, and your presence will matter. But here is the deeper mystery. God never elevates without reason. The chosen are lifted not for vanity, but for assignment. You are being raised for a purpose larger than yourself. Why does God elevate the chosen ones? Because they are vessels. Through them, His light shines. Through them, His wisdom is released. Through them, His name is glorified. Fame in the kingdom is not about being adored. It is about being positioned. It is about being placed in the right places among the right people at the right time so that heaven's agenda can be fulfilled on earth. Look at Joseph. He was elevated from prison to palace, not so he could enjoy luxury, but so he could save nations from famine. His fame was functional. It served God's plan. Daniel's fame in Babylon gave him influence to shift kings and empires. Esther's elevation gave her the platform to save her people from destruction. David's rise to fame united Israel and established a kingdom that foreshadowed the Messiah. In each case, elevation was tied to mission. Chosen one, this is why God is preparing to make you famous. Not so that people can admire you, but so that they can encounter Him through you. You are being lifted because there are lives tied to your obedience. Your testimony, your words, your gifts, and even your presence will awaken faith in others. Heaven is saying, I will give you visibility because my message must be heard. This is also why your journey has been so intense. The greater the assignment, the greater the preparation. You have endured rejection because God was teaching you to stand without needing approval. You have faced betrayal because He was toughening your heart for leadership. You have survived seasons of silence because He was training your spirit to hear His voice above all others. Every hardship has been shaping you for elevation. Chosen one, understand this. God elevates those He can trust. He does not hand influence to just anyone because fame is heavy. It magnifies both strength and weakness. That is why He tests His chosen in obscurity first. If you can remain faithful while unseen, He can trust you with visibility. If you can serve without recognition, you can be trusted with influence. If you can glorify Him in private, He will glorify Himself through you in public. Elevation also comes because the world needs solutions. The chosen ones carry wisdom, insight, and spiritual authority that the world desperately lacks. Joseph carried strategies. Daniel carried revelation. Esther carried boldness. David carried courage. You, chosen one, carry something unique that heaven wants to release. And when God elevates you, it will be because the world needs what you have. But hear this warning. The elevation is not about comfort. It is about calling. When God makes you famous, your life will not become easier. It will become weightier. More eyes will be on you. More responsibility will rest on your shoulders. More opposition may rise against you. That is why humility is essential. The chosen one must always remember, I am lifted not for me, but for Him. Chosen one, the reason you will be made famous is so others can find their way to Him. You are a signpost. You are a vessel. You are a living testimony that God is still active in the world. Your fame is not for applause, but for alignment. It aligns others with heaven's will. This is why you cannot afford to shrink back. When God elevates you, you must step boldly into it. Do not fear visibility. Do not hide your light. Remember, your influence is not for ego, it is for impact. When you speak, lives will shift. When you create, hearts will awaken. When you stand, others will find courage. Chosen one, hear me. You are being elevated because heaven trusts you. You have passed tests others have failed. You have endured storms others could not survive. And now God is saying, I can lift you because I know you will carry my name well. So rejoice. Do not envy the fame of the world. It fades like smoke, but the fame God gives endures. It is rooted in purpose and it produces eternal fruit. This is why you are being lifted, not for your namesake, but for His. The cost of carrying divine fame. Chosen one, before you rejoice at the word, I will make you famous, you must understand the weight of it. Fame in God's kingdom is not just a blessing, it is a burden. It is not just opportunity, it is responsibility. Divine fame will elevate you, yes, but it will also test you. It will attract favor, but it will also attract fire. If you are not prepared for the cost, the elevation could crush you instead of crown you. The first cost is scrutiny. When God makes you visible, more eyes will be on you, some to admire, others to criticize. Every action, every word, every choice will be examined. The same people who celebrate you may also look for reasons to tear you down. This is the price of influence. Visibility brings vulnerability. You must carry yourself with wisdom and integrity, because one wrong step in the public eye can echo loudly. The second cost is envy. Just as Joseph's brothers hated him for his dreams, just as Saul grew jealous of David's rising fame, you too will face jealousy. People will wonder, why them? Why not me? Some will speak against you. Some will try to undermine you. Some will even plot to remove you. But do not be shaken. Their envy is proof of your elevation, and the same God who lifted you will protect you. The third cost is loneliness. Fame may draw crowds, but it often separates you from genuine connection. The higher God lifts you, the fewer people will truly understand your journey. Some will only see your influence, but not your burden. Some will want your platform, but not your heart. The chosen ones must learn to be content with fewer, truer companions. This is why intimacy with God is critical. He becomes the friend who understands the weight of your calling. The fourth cost is pressure. Influence comes with expectations. People will look to you for answers, for guidance, for leadership. You will be called to stand firm when others waver, to shine when others grow dim. The pressure can feel heavy, but remember, God's grace is sufficient. He never elevates without also empowering. What feels overwhelming in your flesh will be sustained by His Spirit. The fifth cost is persecution. Jesus Himself said, "You will be hated by all nations because of me." Fame for God's glory means opposition from the enemy. The louder your light shines, the more darkness will try to silence it. But persecution is not failure. It is confirmation. It proves that you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. Chosen one, understand this truth. Divine fame magnifies both blessing and battle. It will bring honor, but it will also bring hardship. And this is why God has tested you in hidden seasons. He has built humility, endurance, and faith within you, so that when fame comes, you will not crumble. But let me give you wisdom. Do not despise the cost, for every burden comes with blessing. Scrutiny keeps you disciplined. Envy keeps you humble. Loneliness pushes you deeper into God's presence. Pressure strengthens your spirit. Persecution sharpens your faith. The very costs you endure will preserve you in your calling. The chosen ones who carry divine fame understand this. It is not about being comfortable. It is about being faithful. They embrace the weight because they know the purpose is greater than the pain. They endure the cost because they trust the reward is eternal. Chosen one, if God is saying, "I will make you famous," He is also saying, "I trust you to carry the weight." Not everyone can handle fame. Many crumble under its pressure. But you are different. You have been refined in obscurity, and now heaven knows you can be trusted in visibility. So count the cost, but do not fear it, for the same hand that lifts you will also sustain you. The same God who makes you famous will also cover you. And though the burden may be heavy at times, the glory will outweigh it all. Prophetic signs of rising elevation. Chosen one, before the promise of elevation manifests, heaven often sends signs to prepare you. God never promotes without first confirming. And if you are discerning, your spirit will recognize them as divine whispers. Your time is near. One of the first signs is prophetic dreams. Dreams are one of heaven's oldest languages. Just as Joseph dreamed of his rise long before it happened, chosen ones often see visions of their future before it manifests. You may dream of being in places of influence, standing before crowds, or being recognized in unexpected ways. These are not coincidences. They are previews of what is to come. Your spirit is being prepared for the stage your body has not yet stepped onto. Another sign is angelic visitation or a deep spiritual encounter. Sometimes this is not a physical angel appearing before you, but a sudden, overwhelming awareness of God's presence guiding you and strengthening you. You may feel a divine push to prepare yourself, to refine your gifts, to step into greater boldness. These encounters remind you that heaven is actively aligning your path. A third prophetic sign is unusual opportunities. Doors that once remained shut begin to crack open. People begin to notice you in ways they never did before. You may find yourself invited into spaces that seem far beyond your current level. Chosen ones do not dismiss these moments. They are preparing you to lift you higher. Another sign is divine confirmation through others. Strangers, mentors, or even people who don't know your private prayers will suddenly speak words that echo what God has been whispering to you. They may say things like, "I see greatness in you," or "God is going to use you mightily." These words are not random encouragement. They are prophetic confirmations of your coming elevation. A fifth sign is the stirring of your gifts. Suddenly, the talents, wisdom, or abilities God placed in you begin to demand expression. Where you once felt overlooked, now you feel compelled to sharpen your skills, to speak boldly, to step forward. This stirring is not ambition. It is alignment. Heaven is preparing your gifts for the stage that is about to open. Another prophetic sign is intensified warfare. Do not be surprised if battles rise right before your elevation. The enemy senses your promotion and throws distractions, discouragement, and obstacles in your path. This is not a sign of defeat. It is proof that breakthrough is close. The greater the resistance, the greater the rise that follows. Chosen one, you may also notice a shift in relationships. Some people will drift away and others will suddenly appear. God often removes those who cannot go with you into your next season, while sending divine connections to align with your purpose. Do not cling to what is leaving. Trust that heaven is rearranging your circle for where you are going. Another powerful sign is the awakening of boldness within you. Where you once felt hesitant, you now feel courage rising. Where you once questioned yourself, you now feel assurance. This inner shift is not pride. It is the Spirit of God preparing you to stand in visibility without fear. Chosen one, all these signs point to one truth. Your hidden season is ending, and your elevation is beginning. Do not dismiss what you are experiencing. Prophetic dreams, spiritual encounters, unusual opportunities, divine confirmations, the stirring of your gifts, intensified warfare, shifting relationships, and rising boldness. These are not random. They are heaven's markers that you are stepping into the fulfillment of God's word. I will make you famous, but let me give you wisdom.
Signs are not the destination, they are the indicators. Do not grow impatient if you see signs, but not the full manifestation yet. Instead, let the signs fuel your faith. Use them as reminders that God is faithful and that your time is nearer than you think. Chosen one, take heart. Heaven is already giving you glimpses of what is coming. Pay attention. Write down your dreams. Journal your encounters. Acknowledge the opportunities. Receive the confirmations. These signs are not just encouragement, they are preparation. God is showing you that your season of elevation is not a possibility, it is a certainty. So rejoice, chosen one, you are not imagining it. The signs you are seeing are proof. Your season of recognition is approaching, and soon the world will know what heaven has already declared. You are chosen, and God Himself is making you famous for His reason and His glory. The battles before visibility. Chosen one, if there is one truth you must hold on to, it is this. Before elevation comes opposition. Before visibility comes warfare.
Before divine fame comes the refining fire of battle. The enemy does not fight those who are empty. He fights those who are carrying something. And because you are chosen, because you are sealed, because heaven has spoken over your life, you will experience battles that others cannot comprehend. These battles are not signs of rejection. They are signs of confirmation. The very fact that you are under attack is proof that the enemy sees you're rising. He knows that once God lifts you, his influence over those around you will be broken. He knows that your testimony will silence his lies. He knows that your influence will bring light into dark places. That is why his attacks have been fierce. He is trying to stop you before you step into visibility. Chosen one, think of Joseph. Just before his rise, he was betrayed by his brothers, falsely accused, and forgotten in prison. Think of David. Just before the throne, he was hunted by Saul, living in caves. Think of Jesus. Just before his resurrection, he endured the cross. The pattern is clear. Great battles precede great breakthroughs. God